Hi, this is Joel, Big Tal from SinisterWargaming.com. Me and George, Taurus on the board, is getting ready to do a battle report for you guys before we go to the Storm of Silence over at Bob Kelly's place, the Gamers Haven, in Spokane, Washington. It's a 2-day GT, 1,750 points, no Forge World allowed. Book missions with slight variance, and you're running two objectives at two primaries at the same time. So today I'm going to try out the Demon Flying Circus here. I have 3 Demon Princes, 1 out of the Chaos Codex with the Black Mace, 2 out of the Demon Codex with the, both of them, all 3 of them are Nurgle. I have a Helldrake. I have a Bloodthirster with 2 Greater Gifts. My Warlord is the Greater Demon of Nurgle with level 2 Psyker, 2 Greater Gifts. I have 2 10-man units of Plague Bearers, and I have a 10-man unit of Cultists. And we'll go over here and see what Taurus has in a minute. Look at him in all his glory.
Alright, for my list. Start out with my Overlord. He's fully kitted out. 2 up, 3 up. He's got the War Scythe. He's got Tesseract Labyrinth. He's got a Res Orb. I've got 2 10-man units of Immortals, one of them in a Night Scythe, a 10-man unit of Warriors in a Night Scythe, and a 5-man unit of Warriors in a Night Scythe. 2 units of Wraiths, just stock, and 3 Annihilation Barges.
And on the Overlord, does he still have Mind Shackle Scarabs and Subternal Weave?
He does.
Oh, of course he does. Alright, and we're going to play 2 missions at the same time today, like I said. It is going to be the Scouring and Purge the Alien. And the way the Scouring works for this is there's 2 objectives set up on the midline, exactly evenly spaced apart. Those are your 1 and 4. And then the other ones that you place are 2s and 3s. And it's all rolled for randomly, and these are discovered at the beginning of the game. So we're going to go ahead and deploy and set up Warlord traits and everything, and we'll roll for the first turn and we'll get back to you. Alright, we've got deployment done and Warlord traits and everything settled up. This one ended up being a 2. That's the 4. That's a 3. And over here we have the 1, the 2, and then there's a 3 inside the ruins there with George's. Guys, I rolled really well on my demon things.
Cheater.
My Bloodthirster has Corporal Essence, so he gets +1 wound and it will not die. And he also managed to roll Feel No Pain. My my Greater Unclean one rolled Corporal Essence too, so he's +1, it will not die. And he rolled something else. Let me look over here. But that's how George is deployed over there. Might look this up. He's got all his guys mainly on his left half of the table. He's trying to do a fuse flank here. He's just ignoring that side right now. And all I deployed right now is my 3 Demon Princes and my Bloodthirster behind this rock. I've got 2 units of Plague Bearers Deep Striking. I've got my Great Unclean one Deep Striking. My Hell Turkey is going to just fly on. And then I've got 1 unit of 10 Cultists that's going to walk on. He's got 3 Night Scythes, 1 with 10 Immortals, 1 with 10 Warriors, and 1 with 5 Warriors, all in reserve. And my Great Unclean one rolled Corporal Essence, and he also rolled, he got Endurance for 1 of his powers. He got the Bale Sword, and he's got Warp Speed. And then my Demon Prince, one of them ended up with Iron Arm and Feel No Pain. The other one ended up with Hemorrhage and the Warp Tether. And the other one out of the Chaos Space Marine Codex, of course, has the Black Mace. So I got first turn, so I will get to you in just a minute, and it should be pretty quick. Alright, so my turn 1 is over. I flew up. Over and flying right now. We got Iron Arm off, and he rolled a 2 for the Demon Prince right there. And so he's sitting, they're all sitting behind cover, using their Nurgle abilities as best they can, and then they got a Bloodthirster backing them up. We'll see what happens on George's turn. Let's see if he grounds any of them with all that. Alright, George, tell us about your turn 1.
Alright, so I moved the Annihilation Barges so I could kind of get, so I could see that Demon Prince hide behind the rock. I shot all my Annihilation Barges at him. He finally dropped out of the sky, and he got 1 wound from falling. That's it.
So yeah, looks like we'll see what happens this turn. I got to roll for reserves, and hopefully I'll make some combat. We'll see. Alright, so my turn 2's over. The guy that was here moved over to here. He's going to go support. This is where all my reserves came in. Both my plague bearers deviated 10 inches off where I wanted them. They walked on. And then the demon princes both made combat. And I only needed a 7 with my bloodthirster, and he rolled a 5. The black mace is over here. He hit, did a wound, and George made all his toughness tests on everybody. And then this one hit, killed a guy. George made the rest of his invuls, so he's rolling pretty low. He's rolling 3s and 4s, lots of them. And then he was able to manage to put 1 wound on him. And my Hell Turkey came in, flamed a bunch of guys, killed 5. 1 got back up, so his Warlord has the Resor, but it didn't really help him much. So yeah, we'll see what he gets for reserves this turn, and we'll see where it goes from here.
Alright, so I got 2 Night Sights to come on. 1 came in, shot at the Plague Bearers, did some damage. I shot this one at the Bloodletter, and I got a wound. These 2 shot him, didn't do anything. This one shot at the Hell Turkey, I didn't do anything.
You did 2 wounds.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, remember? You got glance and a pen. And
that's right.
Yeah.
So we got into close combat. I lost a guy here to the curse. No, I lost a guy to damage, and then I lost a guy to the curse.
Yep.
And then this freaking demon prince kills 5 guys. I rolled 5
hits. I rolled 5 wounds.
And I failed 5 3-up invols.
That should not have happened.
Yeah.
But he was due. He was due because he made a ton of saves and stuff over here. The Black Mace has betrayed me. But Papa Nurgle's taking care of it. So we'll keep going from there. Alright, so my round 3 went pretty well. I got my Great Unclean one in. He struck right here to protect all his babies. Didn't roll very good for runs and whatnot, but starting to spread out. I'm trying to get to that back objective over there. I've got this one. I've got this one. Don't know if I can hold him, but he's there to help protect. Ended up sending the Bloodthirster and one of my Demon Princes over there. Vector struck that. Did 2 whole points to it, glancing. He went over and killed an Annihilation Barge. They ended up finally defeating the Black Maced Demon Prince. But he did do 3 wounds before he went out. The Helldrake had a phenomenal round. Vector struck, killed a couple guys, flamed, killed a couple, 3 more guys. He failed his leadership, and his Warlord and the one guy that was left ran off the table. So that objective's open right now. George only has 3 scoring units left. I have 3 scoring units left, so I've got to try to concentrate on the flyers. He's going to try to just keep me off as best he can. We'll see what he does this turn with them. I don't think this one's going to be able to get off the board, but that one could fly off if it wanted to, and we'll see what he gets for reserves. But I need to kill that so I get the extra fast attack point, and he's trying to kill my Helldrake still, and we'll pick it up here after his turn.
Alright, so I got my last Night Sight on the table. I did some maneuvering. My Annihilation Barge over here shot the Hell Turkey in the back, blew it up. Or actually just wrecked it. This Annihilation Barge shot the Demon Prince over here and killed him. Because
he didn't have his Iron Arm going, he failed it.
This Night Sight shot and killed 1 Plague Bearer. And that's the end of my turn.
Alright, and it's turn 4 starting next, so let's see what can happen here. Alright, my turn 4 went relatively quickly. I moved up, spread out, did a run move, got a little bit more. Spread out around there, put my Great Unclean one between them, so if George decides he wants to disembark, he's going to have to deal with him. They're moving up on this objective right here, trying to get to it. It's turn 4, so I got one more turn, at least. Over here, both my demons dropped into normal jump monstrous creature mode, flipped around, came after them. Both of them failed to charge because I roll like a champ when it comes to time to do that. Looks like they're going to take a fair amount of shooting this next turn from this Annihilation Barge. And this one over here, if he can move up. This Night Scythe is out of position. This Night Scythe is out of position to do anything to him. And so is this one, so I just basically have to worry about the Annihilation Barges. We'll see what George does with these. I have nothing that can get to this objective in time, I don't believe. I think I can get here or there, but not. I can't definitely get to that one. But he's got to do something about this over here. So we'll see what happens.
Alright, so I did some moving. I dropped off some troops over here by this objective. Moved my Night Scythe around. I took one off the board. Moved my Annihilation Barges. Shot at the Bloodthirster. I put 2 more wounds on him. I assaulted him with what's left of my wraiths. He killed one. And I didn't do anything else to him. So that's the end of my turn.
Alright. Alright, so my turn 5 went really fast. I spread my guys out here. Surrounding the objective. Moved him over there to protect that one. These guys finally got up there. And have that one now. Bloodthirster and them are in a giant slap fight. Does protect me from the Annihilation Barges this next turn, thank God. This one's empty. This one's full of troops. And he's got the one coming back in. This could be the last turn, so we'll see what he does to me this turn. See what he chooses to disembark and where. So, get back to you after.
Alright, so I got my rolling reserves on. I jumped my immortals out. I shot. I killed 1 plague bearer.
You got 2.
Did I? Oh, that's right, 2. And then I wanted to assault and forgot since I disembarked I couldn't. This one disembarked these guys, who I forgot to shoot. These 2 Night Scythes fired at them. I killed, I think, 2 guys. This one shot and killed 1 guy in this unit. This one was out of range. These guys are slap fighting. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I'm going to let George shoot those since we forgot him. But I don't think I'll make that big a deal. But we did roll, and we are going on to turn 6. So he needs to shoot him just to see if he can try to do something for that objective. Alright, so my Demon Prince was able to make contact over here. Killed 4 dudes. The rest of them broke and ran. Since I'm Nurgle, I can't catch him, so. He's running. Over here, the Great Unclean One made contact. Killed 5 dudes. 1 got back up. They actually made the leadership, so they're stuck. Bloodthirster slowly whittling away. If George will fail some Envol saves, and I'll roll some hits. Man, he's only been hitting like 2 times a turn on average. I've been rolling lots of 1s and 2s. Does keep me away from the Annihilation Barges, though, because I'm in combat. So, and I have this objective. George still has that one over there. This one's still open. And right now this one's contested. I have that one. So we'll see what happens this turn. We might go 1 more. We'll see.
Alright, so these guys rallied. They shot at the Plague Bearers. They didn't do anything. That Night Scythe fired at those Plague Bearers. I killed 1. Both these Annihilation Barges shot at this unit. I think I got 1 guy. That was all my shooting. We had combat here. He killed 5 guys. I didn't do anything back. I passed the leadership. 2 guys got back up. He finally killed all my wraiths.
Damn dirty wraiths.
That's the end of my turn. I guess we see if it goes on.
Yeah, go ahead.
That go on. That does go on.
It does go on.
Turn 7.
I'll get back to you in a minute. Alright, so it was my turn 7. Jumped my Demon Prince over there, assaulted him, killed 2. 1 got back up. He stayed in combat. He ended up killing the rest of those. He ended up getting an Annihilation Barge. I hold this objective, and that objective. George is holding that one. His troops are locked in combat, and those ones are going to hold, and then all he has left is 1 Annihilation Barge and the 3 flyers. So, he just probably wants to see what he can kill this last turn, and then we'll tally it up. Alright, turn 7's over. So what happened, George?
Well, I rushed my Night Scythe over here in an illegal fashion to try to shoot that friggin' Thirster. And I didn't do anything to him. My Annihilation Barge took a pot shot at these guys, and they are still alive. He killed 1 of my guys. I did 1 wound to him, so we were tied combat, and my guy stood back up. And that's my turn.
Alright, so let's tally this up. I have 1 that's worth 2. I have one that's worth 4, and I have one that's worth 3, so I have a 9. And I killed 2 of his fast attacks, so I have an 11 for the scouring part. And he has 3, and he killed
the Hell Turkey.
The Hell Turkey, so he has a 4, so I won the scouring portion. Kill points, he got 2 Demon Princes, so he got 2 from me. And from him I got both units of Wraiths, 2 Annihilation Barges.
Yes.
That's 4, and then your
Warlord.
Yep.
Immortals.
Yep. Warriors, the 10-man.
The 10-man unit of Warriors.
I think that's about it.
That is it.
And I got the special on this one was your Warlord has to be alive at the end, and his has to be slain for an extra bonus point, which I got. I also got Linebreaker, because I'm in his deployment zone. And I also have Linebreaker, First Blood, and Slay the Warlord, because I got First Blood off his Wraiths. I killed a whole unit. And he, from me, does not have Linebreaker.
I don't have anything.
You don't have anything, so... Well, good game, sir.
Nice job with your friggin' flying circus.
Yeah, they're pretty fun. They do have some weaknesses, but they're a great, fun army to play with. It plays very, very quickly.
Which hit like a friggin' truck.
Yeah, which seems to be an issue nowadays, is time during the game, so... Might try this at the Storm of Silence. We'll see. I've got a few other army options, so... And I think George is taking Necrons, but this is not the army he's taking. He's still experimenting with 1750 lists because he hasn't played that much. Mostly 1850, 2000. So, good game, sir. Let me get that light out of your eyes. And thanks for watching.